Okay, friends, we'll start. Okay, so today we'll start Unit 1 of Lifespan Psychology. This is also the first chapter. We were supposed to do it yesterday, but then we couldn't. So we'll start today. I had sent 2 to 3 videos in the group. I hope all must have gone through it. Since we also have to know the very development of the embryo, of the fetus, and all of that before we start. Okay, since all that is very much biological in nature, you need to know, or you need to just see a little bit of, a little bit of it in a graphical mode to understand. That is why I had sent you the video. I'm sure many of you must have seen it. Okay, so just let's start. So in the first subtopic, they explain what is growth and what is development. So, see, if we talk of growth and development in pure sociological terms, also, since sociology and I think human development, these people talk of growth and development a lot. Okay, so growth basically is an increase, and development is basically you can say it is an equal distribution, or it is an accessibility to all. Okay, so here also, in according to this lifespan psychology, growth would mean an increase in size, and development would mean a progression towards maturity, or where you are progressing towards a certain milestone, or certain certain, you can say, um, a milestone, or let's say uh, a stage that is predefined for a particular age. Okay, so here what basically we have to study is from the time of conception till death. Okay, all that processes that a human being goes through, this is basically the study of lifespan psychology. Okay, so all of you know that the average lifespan of a human being is roughly 70 to 75 years. Now, with the advent of medicine and good health care and awareness about exercise and health, etc. It has increased by few years, but again, it is threatened by a bad lifestyle, a lot of stress, anxiety, poor social relationships, a lot of exposure to social media. Then you can say people being secluded due to picking up of joint families. Now people are one more. Yes. So now, since joint families are disintegrating and there are more nuclear families, so you would see people feel very lonely. People feel very aloof. Okay. Also, physical distance has increased a lot, since now people take up jobs in other cities. Okay. In far off places other than their hometown. So yes, all these things actually affect the quality of life, and can also affect the duration of life as well. Okay, so these are few things that we'll study under lifespan development. Now, what is the main goal of developmental changes? So the main goal of development is to make the person able to be able, so that he can adapt to his environment. Okay, so that is one of the most important goal. Also, how to have a good mental health, how to have good awareness, how to have good social relationships, and how to basically improve the opportunities in which you live, and how to basically improve the quality of life. Okay, so these are basically the goals of development. Now, what are growth? What we have to basically study under growth and development is how the process of development occurs. Okay, how the society around us reacts to the development of the individuals, and how individuals also react to the various happenings of the society, how the surroundings, their experiences, cultural factor, contextual factors, they affect development. This is what we are going to study. Then they are saying place. Place is again a very important factor, because where you stay, where you learn, where you work, where you grow up, they also have a considerable bearing of your development and growth. Okay, So that is very important. Then they are saying when we talk about growth and development, there are few areas where we can actually notice these growth and development. So number one is physical. So by physical, all of us know that, like we were discussing yesterday also, physical can that you will have your height will grow, your weight will grow, your appearance will change over time. Then your physical abilities will again develop or decrease considering the age, like walking, crawling, running, etc. Okay, your motor coordination will be affected. While you are younger, your reflexes will be too fast. If you grow old, your reflexes will actually slow down. Okay, then psychological and cognitive development. So under psychological and cognitive, under cognitive, you will have more of complex thinking, abstract thinking, higher order processing. Your memory might, your memory will actually be very sharp in the younger years. It will decline as you grow old. Then similarly, your perception might change depending upon the experiences you have gained all these years. Then coming up to psychological, how about your emotions? You might be very emotional when you were a child, and or you might be very emotional while you were going through your teenage years. But as you grow up, as you come to know about people, as you know about the ways of the world, you might become more emotionally stable. Okay. Apart from that, how you deal with people, how pragmatic you are in your social interactions, etc. So all of this will come under um, your psychological and social. Okay, so under social, it will be mostly upon your interactions within the society and within your family, within your community, at your workplace, at your school, at any club, or at any let's say a religious place. So basically how you present yourself before the society, how much society accepts you as a member. Okay, all of that is under social. Of other emotional things will be, how about your self-esteem, how your self-esteem is affected by various factors, how it actually increases, or let's say about your self-confidence, self-worth, etc. Okay. Then last is your sexuality and gender identity. So sexuality and gender identity mein, it is how you think about your sexuality, how people perceive your sexuality, how gender roles are developed in the society, what are the gender norms for each culture, etc., etc. Okay. So please understand. Okay, just here you just have to remember one thing, that there's a difference between sex and gender. So sex is how you are biologically determined. Okay, all those characteristics that make a person a male or a female, if it is strictly biological, then it will be known as sex. But gender is whatever roles the culture or the society has placed, okay, upon a particular category. Let's say society says that males should not cry. Society says that females should be good homemaker and they should take care of the family. Okay, just one moment. Yes, sorry. So society, sorry, where was I? Yes. So society says that women have to be very warm, caring, very sensitive, whereas they say man can be very rough, you know, um, man can be very like very rough and tough, and never to show his emotions, have to be very action oriented, etc., etc. So these are the gender is basically decided by the culture you stay, and they will decide the kind of behavior each category will show. Okay, so that is gender, and sex is what is biologically determined. Okay, now there are some critical periods during development. So what are critical periods? Critical periods are certain periods are there where growth happens, you can say much faster, okay, or much quicker, or those ages are very very important. So let's say every child, if given food, water, if you go by Maslow's hierarchy also, if a child is given, if his physiological needs are fulfilled, let's say food, water, and if his sleep, if he is given security, if he is given a house to stay, etc., he will grow. Okay, but how would a child develop if he is given love, if he is given lot of encouragement, if he is provided with a good environment to study, etc.? Okay, so what are critical periods? Critical periods is where your child or the child needs proper stimulation or proper environment, where if the child is not treated properly, he can develop, let's say, a faulty or a wrong attitude towards life, a negative personality, etc. Okay, so let's say, suppose when a child is 2.5 years old, and suppose he sees that every day his mother, or let's say his sister, or anybody in the family is subjected to domestic violence, so he will start, he'll be very scared to face anybody. Okay, so that is a very critical period in his life, where the children are just beginning to make sense of things around them. They are trying to react to things around them. So that is why that can be called as a critical period. Or when a child is, let's say, 12, 13 years old, and the child is just setting up goals for himself. Let's say 14, 15 years old, and child is just setting up goals for himself. Let's say the child has a lot of interest in music, and the child does not want to, go for formal studies, but actually want to take up music as a formal study. And then somebody just tells him, "Arey yaar, you want to become a singer, but you don't sing that well. And I really don't think that singing will be a good career option for you." Now, see, there the child will be discouraged a lot. Okay, so that is a critical period, just the growing up period. Okay, so these are some critical periods of development. Okay, now again, if the child is neglected and abused, then he or she will develop distrust of parents. But if the child is loved, if the child is really cared for, then the child will also grow up to be a very loving person, and also he will be able to trust people around him. Okay, so this was one thing. Then we come to lifespan perspectives. So what is lifespan perspectives? Lifespan perspective is, what exactly is, how do we basically view lifespan? Okay, so there is a small debate here, that lifespan development occurs through gradual accumulation of knowledge, or is it a stage like development? Okay, so they are saying, does everybody, they will grow up anyhow gradually, or do they cross some stages? Okay, so now people, like researchers, they have started debate on this, and they say that there are many things which follow naturally and smoothly. Okay, like every person, whether you teach them how to go to the bathroom or how to drink water, they will anyhow learn it, whether you teach them or not. Okay, but then there are something they will not be able to learn unless you teach them, like how to greet others, how to sit at a place and eat peacefully, etc., etc. Okay, so therefore some researchers say that yes, it is very smooth and normal, as it just as it is for everybody, and some say that no, it progresses through stages. Okay, so this is one thing that you have to know. Okay, now here they have mentioned one word, intra-individual change. Okay, they say that lifespan development can be methodical, intra-individual change, and it is associated with progression in corresponding to age. Okay, so what is intra-individual change is, intra means what is within, and inter is between. So when we say, let's say, um, inter college competition, that means it is between many colleges. Okay, let's say inter college tennis competition, sorry, in inter let's say, a tennis competition or something. So it means many different colleges will come and they will compete for a cup. Okay, but if they say intra college, it means, let's say, 12th standard of the same college, graduation first year of the same college, let's say if it has post graduation of the same college, they'll all come together and they will compete among each other. So when we say intra-individual change, it means what are the changes that is occurring within the individual. Okay, so this is what basically life span development studies. Okay, now next we'll come to understanding lifespan development. So I think there is not much to understand, not it's not very complex. All of us know about maximum of these. Okay, but they have written a very nice line here that I would like to focus. They are saying that lifespan development is about complexity and uniqueness of one individual, but it is also about commonalities and patterns. So what does this mean? There are many common things and certain patterns that we will see. Let's say we all know that children at the age of, let's say, 2, probably will start walking. Okay. When they're about 1.5, they will start speaking. Okay. So these are very common things. But again, what is unique, you will see some children, they can actually draw very well at the age of 3, whereas some generally commonly children will learn to draw properly at the age of 5.5 or 6. But there are some, prodigy, or there are some very, you can say, high IQ students. Sometimes you will see there will be children less than 10 years of age, but who would be who would have completed 10th. Okay, so kabhi kabhi you would see this. अब आपके class में भी you might have seen there is some student who gets a double promotion. Okay, so these are those children who actually they show common patterns, but they are exceptionally well. Then there will be some children, they will show common patterns, but they will not be very good. They'll actually be worse. Okay, so it lifespan studies commonality and patterns, but also it studies the unique characteristics or the unique features also. Okay, now how are these what are these forces, that actually create these patterns? So number one is biological forces. So under biological forces, we'll study about genetic and health related factors. So all of you know, let's say brain maturation, then puberty, facial expression, menopause. Okay. Function, cardiovascular functioning, etc. All of this will come under biological forces. Then what are psychological forces? Psychological forces is your personality, your emotions, how you handle your emotions. Okay, about your how is your cognitive development, how is your perception, etc. They all will come under psychological forces. Then socio-cultural forces will focus on your interpersonal relationships, the societal factors, the cultural factors, the ethical and moral factors, like what is good, what is bad, what should be done, what should not be done, how you should behave with others, etc., etc. Okay. Then life forces. So what is life forces? This is little important. Please remember, life forces, life cycle forces is there are certain events that can also affect the development of particular children, okay, or particular human beings. Like I told you, a child who is exposed to domestic violence, a child who has been sexually abused when he was very small. Okay, suppose he was sexually abused in school. Now he would fear to go to school, but his parents would not know this, and they would, still send him to school. So now he would be very distrustful of his parents. Okay. Similarly, other things. Let's say again, here we have to remember, sometimes there can be one event, but it will have many different types of reactions from different members of the family. Let's say there has been a divorce. If there are old parents, they might feel that the marriage could have been saved, and it would have been better if it were saved. Let's say somebody who's in college, or somebody who's exposed to a lot of, modern day ideas or modern day facts, that person would feel that the divorce was actually good because it is an escape from all the trauma and everything. Let's say somebody who's just about to marry would think that divorce probably is, divorce is too common nowadays, so it's better to stay alone and not marry. Okay, so now see, just one event, but it has different reactions from different members of the family. Okay, so these are life cycle forces, how each event actually affects the development. Okay. So now next we come to issues in lifespan development. Okay, so what are the issues in lifespan development? So basically it has three issues. Number one, whether development is due to genetics or environment, whether development occurs slowly and smoothly, or it happens in stages, or does early childhood experience have greatest impact on development, or later events of life have greater impact. Okay, so first of all is that there is, you can say, no clear answer, like, no black and white answer. Everything researchers have agreed on both of these. Okay, that is why the debate still continues. So number one, whether it is due to genetics or environment, yes, genetics will have a bearing on the earlier stages. Okay, but environment can change or alter the development. Let's say a person is born, is born in a family where, let's say, everybody in the family is, let's say, is very neurotic, or there is depression in the family. It is there in almost all the members. But let's say the child in the initial years may be very withdrawn. But if, let's say, somebody tries to send the child to a hostel or somewhere where he gets along with a lot of people of like-minded people, then again he might not be neurotic as his family members, but he might develop a very open-minded and an emotionally balanced approach, right? So again, both our researchers have talked of they've talked of both actually. Okay, yes, genetics का भी influence है and environment का भी influence है. So does this occur slowly or in stages? Again, they have agreed to both. And then they have asked that whether childhood experiences have more effect or later events. So yes, childhood experiences do have, because perceptions are formed early, but then later events, when people become more analytical and when people think that yes, some things can be changed in life. If I am, let's say, in the earlier years, you and your sibling were compared a lot, and your sibling was always told that he was better. Okay, fine. Let's say this has continued in your life, then you become a parent, and then you have two children, and you unknowingly, unconsciously, you also sometimes make comparisons between your children. That is the time when you will recollect your childhood, and you would understand, if you are a highly analytical person, you would understand that as you have done it unconsciously, even your parents would have done that unconsciously. Okay, so your entire perception of how your childhood was might just change, thinking that it was not that it was not with a bad intention that my parents did, but yes, this might have happened as I am also going through the same phase, right? So childhood experience do have a bearing, also later events have a bearing. Okay. So this is what there are the issues. Then again, nurture versus nature, that will come under genetics and environment, stability and change. Then they have asked few questions like, let's say a trait or a characteristic like shyness, does it continue does it continue throughout the lifespan? Now these things are very, very, you can say, these are very context based. Okay, you might be a very, very shy person, but ऐसी अगर need आ जाए that you have to look for your, you have to be very open for your children, or you have to be very open for yourself, or you have to be very open for your, let's say, for any of your priority, then the shyness will go away. Okay, so very contextual, that is why there is a debate and it still continues. Okay, now yes, one thing आप बस ये याद रखना थोड़ा, कि एनवायरनमेंट और जेनेटिक दोनों का ट्रेट, दोनों का जो है कंट्रीब्यूशन है, बट देन किसका ज्यादा है किसका कम है, दैट इज स्टिल नॉट एविडेंट. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाई रिसर्चर्स हैव अग्रीड ऑन बोथ. ओके. Okay. Now they are saying sometimes even biological factors can also be affected by other peripheral factors. जैसे onset of puberty can be affected by the environment and also diet and nutrition. So if you know, in many colder places, actually the puberty onset is little late, at around 13 to 14 years for girls. But if in the hotter or tropical climates, it's actually faster, sometimes even at 9 to 10 years age also. Okay, so although it is a purely biological process, other environmental and other peripheral factors also can have a bearing on it. Okay, now next we come to stages of development. So as we know, here we'll come across a word quite often, that is milestone. So what is a milestone? Milestone is basically what development or how much development should occur according to the age of a child. तो अगर हम बोलेंगे कि 2 साल में बच्चे को इतना करना था, तो अगर बच्चा उतना कर लेता है तो माइलस्टोन अचीव्ड. अगर बच्चा उतना नहीं करता है तो ही स्टिल फार फ्रॉम द माइलस्टोन. ओके, सो कुछ कुछ स्पेशल माइलस्टोन्स भी होते हैं, जैसे माइलस्टोन, स्पेशल माइलस्टोन कैसे, अगर कोई बच्चा इन्फेंसी में ही वॉक करना शुरू कर दे, दैट इज अ स्पेशल माइलस्टोन. समटाइम्स अ चाइल्ड कैन रिमेंबर द नेम्स ऑफ let's say 28 states and 28 capitals when he's just 2.5 years old or 3 years old. So that is again a special milestone because every child cannot do it. Okay, so these are some of the special milestones. Okay, now what are the main development periods of a human being? So normal development, sorry, development periods are ek to childhood and adolescence. Okay, so that would be roughly from birth to age 20-21. Then early adulthood will be age 17 to 45. Now please see, some stages will be overlapping because it is not the same for everybody. Somewhere it is overlapping as well. Okay, so childhood and adolescence, early adulthood is 17 to 45, middle adulthood is 40 to 65, and late adulthood is over 60 years of age. Okay, now someone saying something.
Ankita here. I wanted to ask a question. Just before this one, you were talking about puberty and difference where puberty comes into picture because of different areas where or different places people are. Can you elaborate that and give some more examples, and why is that? Because I mean, if you go to the American Pediatric Society or something like that, it is a very generic norm which has been published, that it used to be probably earlier 13 years or 14 years, and now it has been preponed to anything which starts between 10 years to something. I mean, I'm just making it up over here, but why is it? What is the reason? And if these kind of I mean, again, I'm coming to the academic part of it. If something like this is asked, how are we to handle it?
Okay. See, first of all, whatever, coming to academic first, number one, these questions will never be asked as in ki side the proper age nahi. Sometimes it is always appropriate. Okay, that is why you will see sometimes early adulthood will be 16 to 17 years to 45 to 48 years. Okay, तो कभी ऐसे accurate या फिर absolute numbers नहीं है. Okay, then coming to the first question of yours कि ऐसे क्यों होता है? See, first of all, wherever there is a इसके लिए थोड़ा सा history में जाना पड़ेगा. I'll take 2 minutes, but I'll tell you. See, everywhere in the world, the eastern side, जो भी eastern side है, वहाँ पे it is always more hot. Okay, या फिर the climate is actually ज़्यादा heat होता है वहाँ पे. So because वहाँ पे ज़्यादा heat होता है, just understand it this way. The daylight working hours is actually very less क्योंकि the day starts at let's say 4:30 or 5 and it closes at 5:30. ठीक है, यहाँ तक you understood? Did you understand this much?
Yeah, I understood this part, but
wait, I'm coming to it. I'm coming to it. I have not completed. So, but अगर आप west में जाओ, since sun rises in the east, the day will always close early, like 5:30, so maximum 5:45. But western people will always have a longer working hour. Let's say till 7:30 also. Delhi में कभी the sun sets at 7:30, 7:40 also. Now see, since they have a longer working hour, those places are more productive and more machine oriented. But these places, eastern side or the hotter tropical sides, they are more labor oriented. The body is such, the more you use, the more active it is and the development happens more faster. Since in these tropical countries it is more labor oriented. आप ये भी देखना, जितने भी tropical countries हैं वहाँ पे जूट, राइस, ये सब ज्यादा उगते हैं because वहाँ labor ज्यादा मिलते हैं. Labor क्यों ज्यादा लगते हैं? Because working hours कम होते हैं, तो they have to engage more people to do more work. So since they are more labor engaged and since this is a more labor intensive society, they also work a lot. Since they work a lot, the body development is always faster. So whatever things you would see in the east or whatever things you would see in tropical climate would always be more faster. The hair growth is more faster, nail growth is more faster, puberty is more faster, sweating is more, memory is also more, even even their active work period in life, okay, they can work actively till 65 years of age also. compared to that, in colder countries, or let's say in countries where labor engagement is not more, or more activity is not there, they have a very dormant lifestyle. So even the development and everything also slows down a lot, and hence even they reach puberty late. Getting it? So that is how the peripheral parts, just say environment, diet, because as the environment will be, the diet will be also similarly like that. So diet, environment, these things have a bearing on puberty. Okay, got it? Yes, who asked? Ankita, no? Ankita had asked. Who
Yeah,
asked?
I was asking, but my question, I just want to extend this for 1 minute. Then why is it that all across the world, this is then defined? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm digressing a little bit. Why is
No,
it
no.
that all of it is then defined by the American Pediatric Society and we all follow it that way?
See, we follow it that way because they are the first people who had understood this concept. Okay. Like, let's say, even if you go to the time meridians also, it is the Greenwich Mean Time. Let's say, whoever first founded it, we are supposed to be following that person. Okay. It is just like that. Now, what happens? There are many things that are always already there, but the one who discovers sets a standard. Like, let's say, why do we say BC and AD? When we say कि it is 6th century BC, why 6th century BC? Does that mean कि जब BC नहीं हुआ होगा तो people would not date or would not write dates or anything? It's just that they are the first people, or they were the first I would say community, or they were the first civilization who had put history into words, or who had put date into their documents. Okay, so since then even we are following that. So since puberty as a stage was known and normalized by them, that is why all the other cultures are following. But again, as we talked, they are having some commonalities and patterns. They just saw that कि अगर हम बहुत जहाँ पे इस चीज को people know, okay, जहाँ पे जिस इस चीज को जो people follow करते हैं, they also are showing a common pattern of, let's say, 13 years, 14 years, 12 years. So then they marked it to be 12 to 14 years. Other cultures may maybe they had not marked it up like that, but they were following it as a cultural norm. तो फिर दे उन लोगों की बात कभी आई ही नहीं आगे. But now when there is a global study on it, there is lot of awareness. Now people have found out that in some places, जैसे मैंने कहा, in hotter places, it would be somewhere from 9 to even 11, 11 and half. And in colder places, it would be somewhere between, let's say 12, 12 to 14, 14 and half also. Okay, so this is how it is.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so where were we? Just myself. Yes. So next they have talked about domains of human development. So इसमें again we are talking about physical, cognitive and social. So it's the same thing, only physical में how you are adjusting yourself, okay, what kind of food you are taking and what kind of activities you are doing, how are you breathing, how are you learning to take food inside, how you are defecating, etc. All of this will come under your physical. Okay. Now second is what is your psychological thing. Psychological, again, those emotions, adjustment, all of that. Then cognitive is how you are focusing on things, how you are learning things, your memory, your perception, etc, etc. Okay, so these are the domains of human development. Now last May they are talking about the social domain. Again, just remember, social domain is all about your the way you interact, the way you perceive the society around you, the way you follow the norms set by the society, the way you carry out the roles given by the society to you. These are all under the social domain. Then they come to something known as characteristics of lifespan development. Okay, so under characteristics, what you have to know is, first they are saying that development is lifelong. It means development happens throughout the life. Okay, it might just look that it started at birth and it slows down at a point. Whether it slows down or whether it fastens, it continues throughout life. And there are some things that will happen even till the last day of your life. Okay, so that is why lifespan is development is lifelong. Then it is multi-dimensional. So what is multi-dimensional? You are not developing only on a single point, but you are developing socially also, you are developing biologically also, psychologically also, etc, etc. Okay, then development is multi-directional. So what is multi-directional? Multi-directional is you are having a lot of, you are having some let's say some abilities that will increase as your let's say as your age increases. What are they? You will be more experienced, you will be more emotionally balanced, you will be able to prioritize better. But there will be some things that will decrease. What? Your hearing will lessen, your vision will actually lessen, there will be hair loss, okay. Let's say your nails will be brittle, etc., etc. Okay, so multi-directional. One can increase, one can decrease also. Then development is plastic. So what does it means? Plastic here means basically flexible. Okay, so there will be a lot of variability within the person also. So let's say some characteristics, they will remain stable, but some characteristics will change. Let's say if you are somebody who loves neatness, okay, so that trait will remain throughout, will not change. But suppose you are somebody who earlier did not let's say you did not like a particular food, but as somebody told you it is very healthy, it is very good for you, you've started taking it, you have developed a taste for it. Okay, let me share an example. There is something known as upma. I think all of you know upma. When I was in Delhi, once one of my friend had come to my room and I had served her upma, and she was from I think she was from Jammu, and she had never tasted upma earlier. So she told me ki this tastes like namkeen halwa. So I told her it is like namkeen halwa only. It's just that we add curry leaves. तो she told कि ये बहुत अजीब सा लगता है. तो I told, did you like it? She told नहीं, actually I didn't like it. And please don't feel bad. I'll just have one spoon only because you prepared it. But then I don't know. I always have thought of that halwa is meetha. So I can't even conceive it in my mind कि halwa can be salty also. So she didn't eat it that day. Then she came some other day, I think 5-6 days later. I was again having upma. Then she told, यार कैसे खा लेते हो यार, ये तो बहुत अजीब सा लगता है. Then I told, okay, you try taste. So she tasted once more, and then she was like, नहीं बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं है. But you will not believe, just after she tried it 4-5 times, ऐसे कभी 1 spoon, half a spoon. Then after 2 to 3 months, she actually developed a liking for it. She told कि यार पहले तो बहुत अजीब लगता था, but somehow I feel it is good, it is not that bad. And she started eating, and then she started eating regularly. Okay, so these are some of the traits that might change, but there are some traits like neatness, then there are some traits like love for truthfulness. Okay, these things will never change. Okay, so that is what is plastic. So development is plastic. Then development is contextual. What do you mean by contextual? How you will develop social environment, and your social interactions have a lot to do with it. Okay, the type of environment you will get, the type of people you will be surrounded with, they will in a way determine how your development will be. Okay, then development is multidisciplinary. Why multidisciplinary? Because when we are talking of development, we are also borrowing concepts from subjects like sociology, we are borrowing concepts from linguistics, from anthropology, from neuroscience, from medicine, etc. Okay, then development involves growth, maintenance, and regulation. So it is fine. I think it is just self-explanatory. It involves growth, maintenance, how you maintain yourself throughout the lifespan, and how you regulate. Okay, all the छोटे-छोटे जो भी processes हैं, how you regulate them. Okay, then development is embedded in history. So what does this mean? It means development is basically a historical. It is something that is there within us since evolution. Okay, so evolution, जैसे every organism evolved, similarly development is also something that has crossed many stages in history, and it has approached, or it has reached where it has reached today. Okay, so development is embedded in history. And then normative age graded influence. Okay, so what is normative age graded influence? Each age में बच्चा क्या कर सकता है? Okay, what are the norms for each age? So that is what they mention in normative age grade influence. Then they will say कि देर आर सम नॉर्मेटिव हिस्ट्री ग्रेडेड इन्फ्लुएंस, जैसे अगर घर में किसी को डिप्रेशन है या घर में किसी को स्किज़ोफ्रेनिया है, बच्चा वही दिखता है, तो it is there that बच्चा will also have that in his behavior. Or suppose he has a very violent parent, okay, and he will see and he sees that whenever the parent whenever the जैसे कुछ होते हैं घर में, sometimes the grandparents also, और अच्छा खाना नहीं मिला तो प्लेट फेंक देते हैं एक्सेट्रा. It still happens in some families also. तो आप देखोगे बच्चा will see कि when they do it, other people are very scared and actually other people मतलब उनको जो बोला जाएगा वो करते हैं, तो even child will start imitating that. ठीक है. then कुछ ऐसे भी इवेंट्स होते हैं डेवलपमेंट में के टाइम में जो कि होते हैं बट उनके कुछ बियरिंग ही नहीं होते हैं ऑन द चाइल्ड. लेट्स से somebody winning a lottery, or let's say कोई serious illness but then the child is not very much attached to that person. ओके तो इस तरह के कुछ इवेंट्स होते हैं जिनका चाइल्ड पे कुछ ज्यादा बेयरिंग होता नहीं है. ठीक है. सो दीज आर फ्यू ऑफ द things that have a bearing on the development of the child, or they are the characteristics of lifespan development. Now next we come to acha, before that I just want to ask, okay, have everybody gone through the videos that I had shared? Because if yes, then we'll take up the second chapter. If not, we'll take up tomorrow. But have everybody gone through the videos that I had sent? Because it's very tough to actually theoretically explain chromosome and everything. हाँ जी.
No ma'am.
No, अच्छा थोड़ा आप आज वो देख लेना, because it will be very tough for me to actually theoretically explain chromosome क्या होता है, XX कैसे होता है, ठीक है, फिर पहले लेग्स कैसे आते हैं या पहले जॉज कैसे आते हैं. तो ठीक है, विल ओनली डू टिल चैप्टर 1 टुडे. चैप्टर 2 का थोड़ा आप लोग देख लेना. ऑल ऑफ अस आर वेरी मैच्योर्ड इंडिविजुअल्स. हम लोग एक बार ग्राफिकली देखेंगे तो समझ पाएंगे हाउ अ स्पर्म यूनाइट्स विद एन एग एंड एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. थोड़ा वो देख लेना. वेरी टफ टू एक्चुअली एक्सप्लेन. Also यहाँ पे okay, when we do the chapter 2 tomorrow we might not have a class. मैं एक बार बता दूंगी because we are having classes 4 days continuously. We might take a break tomorrow. तो आप एक बार देख लेना वो वीडियो, और भी कुछ मुझे अच्छा मिलता है तो I will share. Okay, बस अब थोड़ा सा है in chapter 1, we'll end it. So yes, so next we come to what is facts of development. So there are some other points they have mentioned. Number 1, early foundations are critical. So this is very easy. But whatever the child is exposed to in the initial years, that actually builds up for the later years. So आप देखोगे while in one webinar also I was talking about कि if a child is actually weaned away from mother's milk very early, or is not taught how to is not given access, or not access you will say, is not exposed to feeding on the mother's milk directly from the mother, तो क्या होता है कि those children become very bitter in later life. Okay, so these are few of the things. When we study personality, we'll study these in detail. तो whatever the early incidents होते हैं, early foundations होते हैं, they are very critical. Then there is a role of maturation and learning and development. Definitely, if you are not matured enough, if you have not reached that age, then and so you will not be able to pick up things, okay, related to that age, and therefore the learning will always be incomplete. So maturation and learning both are important for development. Then development follows a definite and predictable pattern. So there are two words here, please write them, cephalocaudal and proximodistal. Okay, this one. This is the first one, cephalocaudal and proximodistal. Or cephalic or cephalus means actually the brain. Okay, so cephalocaudal मतलब from brain to the foot. Okay, तो जो सीधा जो हम लेट्स से एकदम अगर सर से लेकर पांव तक जो डेवलपमेंट होता है वो सेफेलोकॉडल हुआ. प्रॉक्सिमोडिस्टल मींस मिडिल से टुवर्ड्स द एक्सट्रीमिटीज. तो अगर आप let's say a vertical line is cephalocaudal and an horizontal line is a proximodistal. Okay, so just remember it that way. Just one moment, I'll share a image.
मिडल एंड लेटरल की तरह ही ना?
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल एग्जैक्टली। तो जस्ट आप ऐसे देखो, यस आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग एन इमेज फ्रेंड्स ग्रुप में, जस्ट सी इट। मैं भी थोड़ा पानी पी लेती हूँ। लाइफ स्पैन नो, yes, just see this everybody. Okay, ये सबको समझ आया? Did you get it in the group?
Ma'am, yes, it's not very clear. Can you please help by explaining once?
Yes. See, cephalocaudal का मतलब है that it starts, development will start from the brain, then it will go down, then it will go down, then you will have the, it's a middle torso, okay? It goes in that direction, okay? Here actually they're talking about a direction. There is nothing ki is tarah se hi body develop hota hai. They're just talking of a direction, because when we say cephalocaudal, then it is very easy for us to identify that we are talking of in a vertical line, okay? In a vertical line. But but when we are saying proximodistal, it means it is moving, like proximodistal ka matlab it is from the center, it is moving towards the two ends. तो आप अगर सेंटर अपने स्टमक को रखेंगे या अपने हार्ट को रखेंगे, वहां से बोथ आपके जो दोनों लिम्स हैं, दोनों हाथ हैं, दैट इज द प्रॉक्सिमोडिस्टल। तो अगर हम कभी भी बोलते हैं जैसे दिस इज एक्चुअली यू नो ये एक्चुअली यूज जस्ट होता है जस्ट टू मेंशन द डायरेक्शन, दैट्स ऑल। एंड प्लीज रिमेंबर व्हाई दिस इज यूज्ड, बिकॉज योर हाइट इज ऑलवेज इक्वल। मतलब प्रॉक्सिमोडिस्टल वाइज आपका हाइट जितना है, सेफेलोकॉडल वाइज भी उतना है। मतलब आपका, आपके सर से लेकर पांव तक व्हाट इज योर हाइट, the height of your the same, it is the same length from your left hand के middle finger के tip से लेकर right hand के middle finger के tip तक। So if anybody has any doubt can also go and actually check. Okay, this is not known to many people. How many people knew this? Did anybody know this earlier who are not from psychology? तो आप आज measure करना, okay, from the tip of your forehead till the tip of your toe, जितना length होगा, it will be the same from your tip of your middle finger of right hand से लेकर tip of the middle finger of left hand, ठीक है? So that is your height exactly. So they are the only.
Is not able to help.
हाँ, who's speaking? हाँ, Farah, tell me.
No, ma'am, I was saying and I wasn't able to. Even I wasn't able to.
अच्छा, see, अच्छा, I'll just give you a clearer picture. Actually, it is curved, तो शायद you are not able to understand. हाँ, अभी आप देखो, you will understand. हाँ, just see this picture. They are saying it is just to show the direction. इसमें कुछ मतलब there is no कुछ इसमें ऐसे understand करने का नहीं है. They are saying if it is just a straight line vertically, then it will be cephalocaudal. मतलब something, if they're just saying that development happens from the brain and towards below. If they are saying it is proximodistal, or if we have to mention a direction as proximodistal, it will be from the middle to the two ends. Okay, just that much, और कुछ नहीं है इसमें. there is nothing to like you know think कि इसमें क्या करना है. It is just that कि development happens by these two laws or by these two directions. One is cephalocaudal, that is from the top to the bottom, and proximodistal, that is from the middle to the ends. That's all.
मैम आप इससे पहले बोल रहे थे, हमने वो सुना नहीं, वो मिडिल टिप ऑफ द मिडिल फिंगर से लेकर, काइंडली वो रिपीट कीजिए.
I am saying that today you go measure your height from the tip of your forehead to the tip of your toe. जितना length आएगा, it will be the same. अगर आप अपने दोनों hands को stretch out कर लो, the tip of your middle finger of your left hand से लेकर the tip of your middle finger of your right hand, वो भी उतना ही length आएगा जितना आपके foot से लेकर सॉरी फोरहेड से लेकर फुट तक आया, ठीक है
जी मैम, ठीक है।
जी सर, डू इट टुडे, यू विल सी। अच्छा, उसके बाद देन नेक्स्ट फैक्ट ऑफ डेवलपमेंट इज ऑल इंडिविजुअल्स आर डिफरेंट। तो ये तो है ही, आई थिंक व्हाट इज नथिंग दैट टू एक्सप्लेन इन दिस। Each phase of development has characteristic behavior. This we have seen when we were even studying about Piaget's theory, that every stage will have certain characteristics behavior. Then there are hazards in each phase. Now this hazards is very much important because we can suffer from physical hazards. Some children are born without limbs. Some there's a child who's born without a heart. I forgot the name of the child. Then there will be some children who will not be born with a eye, or sometimes they'll not have um, um, no proper you can say proper face, jitne bhi organs and they'll not have that. So very unfortunate, but again this happens due to something known as teratogens. We'll study teratogens in the next chapter. Then psychologically also there can be some hazards. Some children will be very secluded, some will be very active, hyperactive. Then environment के भी कुछ hazards हैं. If you are taking food which is lot of adulterated food, etc. ठीक है, so this is one thing. Then development is aided by stimulation. So what is stimulation? If you give the child a lot of encouragement, if you give the child a lot of care and trust and love, etc., a child will grow up in a very positive environment, will also grow up to be a positive person. But at the same time, if you treat the child with a lot of neglect, with lot of abuse, or with lot of negativity, then that will also affect the child. Then cultural changes affect development. Definitely, cultural changes, if it is happening frequently, it will definitely alter the health of the child. Then every stage has social expectations. Now, yes, it does have. We all feel कि अरे बच्चा तो अभी 4 साल का हो गया, अभी why is he not doing this? बाकी बच्चे तो are doing so good in online class. Why your child cannot answer? Okay, these are all societal expectations and traditional beliefs. What is traditional beliefs? The superstitions we have about how a child, अगर बच्चे ने ऐसे कर दिया तो ये गलत हो गया, अगर बच्चे को इस तरह के ड्रीम्स आ रहे हैं, if a child sees snakes in his dream repeatedly and if he wakes up and cries, तो पता है उस पे कुछ काला जादू किया गया. All these traditional beliefs, all of you know. So these are some. Okay, तो ठीक है, this is what we had to do. अच्छा, there is one thing actually, if we start this, ये बहुत ज़्यादा is it okay if I take like or 15-20 minutes, or do you want that we should do it tomorrow with the second chapter? Because इसमें इसमें समझाने के लिए है थोड़ा सा, मतलब it will take time. So we'll just have मतलब everybody wants कि we should do it now, or should we do it tomorrow with the second chapter? Please tell me so that we'll continue or not continue.
मैम आज करे तो ठीक है.
आज करें तो ठीक है, राइट? ठीक है, we'll at least finish the chapter. Okay. So next we come to research methods for lifespan development. So please see, there are 4 types of researches basically used. Number 1 is longitudinal method. So what is longitudinal method? It is the same amount of same subjects. They are repeatedly studied over a period of time. Matlab, let's say they took 30 students in standard 1. Again they took the same again they studied the same subjects in standard 2, same subjects in standard 3, and it continues. That is a longitudinal study. लेकिन इसमें एक दिक्कत क्या हुई? अगर मतलब उनको क्या फाइंड आउट करना है, उनको ये फाइंड करना है कि बच्चे कैसे रिएक्ट करते हैं. और फ्रेंड्स, जस्ट 1 मिनट. Yes, am I audible, friends?
यस मैम.
Okay.
मैम
तो
वैसे
ठीक है.
हर स्टेज को देख पाएंगे ना इसे मैम, वो चाइल्डहुड से लेकर ओल्ड एज तक देख पाएंगे जो आप लॉन्गिट्यूडनल में बता रहे हैं ना.
Exactly. तो इसमें क्या होता है, suppose we want to find out how a child behaves in a class, or what is the effect of, let's say, this particular kind of teaching. तो अगर हम longitudinal method करते हैं तो हम we can see at every, the child will cross every stage and we can find out. लेकिन इसमें क्या होता है, इसमें there is an issue that is known as attrition. Okay, ATTRITION, attrition. Wait, let me write it down. तो what is attrition? Attrition means loss of subjects. तो मान लीजिए you are doing it in a school, लेकिन you started with 50 students. Let's say when they went to second standard, 50 तो 50 रहे, कोई गया नहीं. थर्ड में suppose 5 बच्चे they left the school. Now you see your study will be affected. तो यहाँ पे studying the same amount of children for a very long time is very very troublesome, because कुछ बच्चे चले जाएंगे कहीं, कुछ बच्चे they'll not be interested. Now when they, मान लीजिए जब वो 9th में आ जाते हैं, the parents will tell नहीं we don't want our child to participate in all this. उसके पढ़ाई में issues हो रहे हैं, आप उन पे दबाव डाल रहे हैं कि तुम याद करो कि कैसे फील करते थे, इतना टाइम नहीं हमारे पास, all that. तो यहाँ पे attrition होता है, loss of subjects होता है. So just to इस चीज को ठीक करने के लिए then they came to cross section method. What is cross section? Cross section is आपको if you want to find out, आप हर क्लास से कुछ कुछ बच्चे ले लो और वही सेम टीचिंग मेथड उनको दो, उन पे अप्लाई करो, then you will find out your answer. So this was again done cross section method. तो cross section method भी ठीक है, okay, it was fine. Then they came to something known as sequential method. So what is sequential method? Sequential is it combined both longitudinal and cross sectional. इसमें क्या था, they would take up, like let's say they will first उनको एक सब्जेक्ट लेना है, उसमें से they have to take out a sample, फिर उनको longitudinally they have to study. Okay, फिर अगर उसमें से कुछ attrition हो गए then they will stop the study there, then again they will start कोई दूसरे एज के. Okay, so this is how they started the sequential method. Now last में there was something known as a time lag method. Okay, so what is time lag method? Time lag method में you are studying development of different age groups in all different years. Okay, and to effect also, and also you are studying the historical events on behavior. So they are only not studying on a particular, let's say, teaching style, but they are also studying on other events that can hamper the behavior. So time lag matlab you're actually freezing the time and trying to study the behavior. Okay, so this was the time lag method. So चारों are the research methods, but आपको बस just one moment. Yes. Friends, I'm sorry, I'm just getting a lot of calls. Okay. ठीक है. Now last में we'll just read. This is the last part. Obstacles in studying lifespan development. Number 1 is representative sample. Just one moment, please. Yes, I'm so sorry. I just got a call. Yes, obstacles in studying lifespan development. Number 1 is representative sample. So what is a representative sample? Representative sample is जो बच्चों पे you can actually study. They will be sometimes representative or not. That is a very big question. जैसे let's say you want to study how a particular teaching style whether it will be helpful or not. अब you have actually given them a questionnaire, okay, to fill. तो कुछ बच्चे ऐसे हैं just for कि कहीं वो researcher खराब ना सोच ले, they will write Yes, they will give 5 out of 5 for everyone. Okay, they will give 5 out of 5 for every teaching style. They'll also give 5 out of 5 for the new teaching style. So the sample is not representative. Okay, or the यहाँ पे another issue also representative sample, not representative sample का मतलब क्या होता है? They are not actually bringing forward the aspirations that is needed for the research to be successful. Okay, so that is a non-representative sample. Plus यहाँ पे और एक issue क्या है? Many children or many people do not want to open up their personal secrets during a survey or during a study. Okay, they don't want to disclose any personal detail. Okay, then second is establishing rapport with the subject. This is very important. Even in counseling it is very important. अगर आपका कोई रैपो नहीं एस्टेब्लिश हो पाया, कोई कनेक्शन नहीं बन पा रहा है विद द सब्जेक्ट, कोई एसोसिएशन नहीं बन पा रहा है विद द सब्जेक्ट, then it is very
Can't hear you.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
I think ma'am got a call. That is why she is not audible.
Sorry, I don't know. Are we continuing or what are we doing?
We're waiting for the ma'am. All of a sudden, we lost her voice, not able to listen to her.
Did nobody could listen what I was talking? Hello?
No, ma'am.
No,
This
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
The last almost 4-5 minutes we were waiting.
Okay. Oh, I almost completed. Okay, just give me 5 minutes, I'll go back. Okay. Where did I say did you people listen to representative sample?
Yes, ma'am.
Representative sample was okay. Did you people listen to establishing rapport?
Ma'am, we just began on that.
Okay. So establishing rapport is मान लीजिए कि it is very very tough if you are not able to develop an association or develop a connection with your subject, because the subject will not cooperate in the research. Okay, suppose you want to tell them ki please write down your your personal experiences on this, or if you ask them a personal question, they will not they will not cooperate. They will often write false information also, जो कि थोड़ा socially desirable दिखे, थोड़ा socially अच्छा दिखे. तो that is why आपका जो research है या आपका जो data collection है या आपका जो भी study है, that is going to be very badly affected. Okay. Then appropriate methodology कभी कभी नहीं होता. See, कभी कभी appropriate methodology इसलिए नहीं होता because कभी कभी we think कि this method will work or this method will be appropriate for this study or for this research. लेकिन आप देखोगे कभी कभी कल्चरल फैक्टर्स, एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स, सम अदर फैक्टर्स जो कि आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं है, वो सब भी आते हैं. जैसे सपोज यू वांट टू डू a research on freedom that women and women enjoy in in India or in a modern society or in a rural society, जो भी suppose in a rural society. तो जैसे ही you will start exposing them to smartphone or to social media etc., you will see a group of people will always discourage you from doing this. So you will go overboard with your time, you will go overboard with your resources etc. So your studying, the quality of study also, and your interest in studying that particular thing will also decline. Okay, so appropriate methodology is very very important. Then accuracy of data. Sometimes you will see people will not give you correct data. What they will do is they will just fill up anything. बस उनके दोस्त जो fill up कर रहे हैं, they will fill that up. Okay. और कभी कभी whatever data you will find, it will be something which will not be very useful for you, because आपको लग रहा होगा कि it will appear correct, बट जब आप उसको एक्चुअली एनालाइज करोगे वो करेक्ट नहीं होगा. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल सपोज you would want to ask that do you think that let's say women should be given job in the let's say in the armed force. Okay, or should women be actually put in the forefront in armed forces. Now see, some of, if you are doing it with the female subjects only, कुछ लोग अंदर से फील कर रहे होंगे कि शायद नहीं देना चाहिए, बट दे विल स्टिल राइट बिकॉज उनको लग रहा होगा कि दिस इज अ वेरी सोशली डिजायरेबल आंसर. ओके, मतलब इट विल मेक देम लुक वेरी गुड. ठीक है, तो इसीलिए वी डू नॉट हैव एक्यूरेसी ऑफ डेटा. कभी कभी हमारा डेटा जो होता है वो काफी गलत आ जाता है इस चक्कर में. एंड लास्ट इज एथिकल एस्पेक्ट. सो व्हाट इज एथिकल एस्पेक्ट्स? एथिकल एस्पेक्ट्स इज what is right and what is wrong. It is very very difficult to decide sometimes. So as I was telling before some time, so मान लीजिए you want to conduct a study remaining hungry or let's say intermittent fasting and behavior. Okay, you want to do a study on intermittent fasting and behavior. So when you signed up the subjects for the study, you told them already that देखिए इसके लिए you have to stay hungry for 8 hours. Okay, 8 घंटे आपको भूखे रहना है. So they all signed up. ठीक है, good, will do. लेकिन जैसे जैसे the study progresses, after 3-4 days you yourself see कि 6 घंटे hungry रहने के बाद they eat. You know, some of them eat after 5 hours only. Some of them, just to go on a more rapid weight loss, stay hungry for 10 hours also. And after this, if you have, you know, अगर आपने उनको ये बोल दिया कि देखो अगर आप 8 hours के window से इधर उधर करोगे, then my study will be affected, so don't do this. Then they will threaten you that we will, we do not want to conduct this, we do not want to continue this research. We want to, you know, actually withdraw our names. आप उनको जाने नहीं देना चाह रहे होंगे, वो आपके साथ रहना नहीं चाह रहे होंगे, वो आपकी स्टडी को, you know, अफेक्ट कर रहे होंगे. तो ये बहुत एथिकल इश्यूज आ जाते हैं इसमें. आप अगर किसी से क्वेश्चन मतलब अगर आप उनको you will, since you are actually exposing them to a situation which is not pleasant for a normal human being, of staying hungry, or let's say you are exposing them to a noisy environment, you are exposing them to a very dim and badly lit environment. So these are very ethically, you know, disturbing issues. And इसमें और एक चीज भी क्या है, many a times you have conducted the study, people have given you consent, and they now want to withdraw their consent. So these are some of the ethical aspects, which is why they can post hindrances or obstacles in studying lifespan development. So ठीक है, with this we finish the first chapter. But for tomorrow, I just want to request all of you, please go through the videos that I have sent you, because it is very, very tough to explain theoretically how a sperm meets an ovum, and you know how a child is born, और फिर फर्स्ट वीक में कितना डेवलपमेंट होता है, सेकेंड वीक में कितना डेवलपमेंट होता है. तो अगर आप ये थोड़ा सा वीडियो देख लेंगे तो we'll be able to finish chapter 2 very fast. Okay, and also we can take up some significant portions of chapter 3 as well. Okay, so please all of you go through those videos, and will not meet tomorrow since I'll have a meeting at that time, but definitely we'll meet on 15th at 6 o'clock. Okay, okay then. Barin, I'll just take your doubt. I'll just have a meeting at 7:45. I'll just take your doubt then. Okay, I'll just end with the meeting and I'll call you. Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.